let's go ahead and spend some time covering what a crystal hunt dungeon is and how to get through it. We start here. This is where we start. This is where we leave. Go in. Step on this pad. This pad's going to open the door and it's going to allow us in. Once we enter the pyramid, we have 3 wings. We have a pedestal down here, pad that once we step on will raise 3 pedestals. Each one of these pedestals is waiting for a crystal. There is 1 crystal in each one of these wings. The idea here is we are going to the end of each wing, picking up the crystal, bringing it back here, and putting it on each one of these pedestals. From that point, we're going to step on that pedestal once it lights up, and what that's going to do is it's going to activate this pyramid, this machine. The purpose of this machine is to send mana from each of those crystals straight up through the top, through the atmosphere, to the sun, and powering the sun. That's why we are here on this planet. That is our primary focus. Once we step on that pad and activate the machine, our job is to protect the pyramid. What's going to happen, if you're in single person mode, you're going to have 1 ancient guardian that's going to come out and he's going to be flying around this area. When you see him, he's going to be red. What you're going to need to do is actually change his status from red to blue by stepping on one of these pads. All 3 of them will be lit up during the fight. When he goes from red to blue, you shoot at him and you take him down. If he is red, your arrows and all of your hits are going to go directly through him. Then, on top of the Ancient Guardians, you're going to have 2 other skeletons that are going to randomly spawn around this room that are going to come and chase you. The idea here is that those 2 skeletons are going to attack you. The Ancient Guardian's going to withdraw mana from the machine into his staff, and then he's going to fire the mana from his staff at you. Just kill everything. However, there is a specific strategy that I've learned to do that makes it very, very easy. Alright. So, let's go to the end of the first wing and get this gem. Or get this crystal. Okay. Now I'm going to prep this room to explain how to actually navigate it using a triangulate method. These potions are going to be used to represent places to teleport to. We'll put a yellow one here. I know, I'm particular. Okay. We'll put another one here. Put another one here. Now notice where I'm putting these. On these blocks, there's a line right in the middle. And I'm basically doing this around the entire area, so this way when I'm actually in the midst of the fight, I don't have to think, what do I do, where do I go? I simply look for the next point and I jump from one to the other, jump from one to the other, jump from one to the other. You know what, let's do this. Okay, now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch to teleport. I'm going to show how to do this using teleport so that way we can break this entire sequence down into steps. So it's very linear this way. Okay? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to step on that pad. That's going to activate the pyramid. From here, as soon as I step on the pad, the first thing I want to do is get the buff to be able to take down the Ancient Guardian when he pops up. That buff not only allows you to take down the Guardian, but it also is a minor haste buff, so it'll... Well, for me it's going to be irrelevant because it's teleport, but a lot A lot of us like to use continuous mode. It'll help with continuous mode. You run around here much quicker. Okay. Step on the pad, step 1. Step 2, jump to this little blue bottle. That's step 2. Step 3 is going to be land on this health potion, this pad. As soon as you get the buff, jump over here. That's gonna be 1. Jump over here. 2. Sit here. Now from here, we're going to look for the Ancient Guardian when he pops up, and we're just gonna shoot from here. We don't have to move. It's gonna be like, it's gonna teach you how to aim, but it's basically gonna be like a target gallery, a shooting gallery. Then, once the buff expires, we're gonna step forward, land on this pad. That's going to reactivate the buff. We're gonna click here, and then we're gonna click right back here. Pull out our weapon again, and rinse and repeat. Then, once the buff expires, we step on here, get the buff, go to this one, go to this one, and go to this one. And now we just do the whole circle again. This will ensure that you always have a pad available, basically the entire fight. You never have to wait. Then, on top of that, there are troubleshooting scenarios available in regards to having a bugged Ancient Guardian. Sometimes the Ancient Guardian, when they're bugged, when you shoot at them, you won't be able to take them down, even if they are blue. Your arrows and everything will just basically go through them. When that happens, using this type of situation, you have 2 ways that you can actually address that situation. The first way is, if you have a potion that gives you a buff, so something like power, invisibility, or haste, if I'm over here shooting at the Ancient Guardian and my arrows are going through him, what I can do is I can pop the top, drop this, boom, I get quad damage. As soon as I get quad damage, it removes my buff from being able to shoot the Ancient Guardian. So the Guardian goes from blue to red. Then what I do is I immediately step back on this pad, he goes back to blue, and I could shoot him right there. Super simple. And it works every time, because if you're doing this correctly, you're always going to be behind a blue pad. So that's always available to you. The second option is, if you don't have any potions to have a buff timer, you basically just sit here. Therefore, if there's an Ancient Guardian up there, I'm shooting at him, and my arrows are going through him, I basically just have to wait until the buff timer expires. Once the buff timer expires, he's going to go from blue to red. Then I just step forward, shoot him, take him down, go here, come over here, and I basically hang out over here. Let's go ahead and start it up and see how it works. I hesitated at the beginning. I should have gone straight for the pad. I did not know if I actually activated it or not, so that's all you do. It's very chill. I kind of look at this almost like a way to fish in here. It's the best way I could explain it. Alright, so he's red. I'm gonna go ahead and step on here, turn him to blue. Now go with this one pad, go to this one here, and go there. These are the ones where you gotta aim, the longer ones. Step here, step here, step here. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, and another scenario to be aware of is if you're ever standing here and you don't see him, like after a few seconds, you'll get to know how long it takes for him to spawn. But if it feels like, dude, where's he at? He's on the other side of that pyramid shooting it from the other side, you just can't see him. So make sure to scoop around the corner if that's the case. All right, that expired. Go here, 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 here. I've never done this with 2 Ancient Guardians, but I would assume if it was the case where we would have to do this with multiple, just have one person doing this. everyone else can run around and shoot everything else. And one person just does this, and you'll basically ensure that you never run out of buffs. Because as you can see, I haven't had to wait for any. There's always a blue one available, and I'm always standing in front of it. So I already know what's going to happen, and I just basically just keep going. It's the same thing over and over again. There's only a couple different scenarios that can actually appear that require you to make decisions, and that's the bugged guardians. Done. Oh, yeah, I'm collecting that stuff. They're not pricey, but they take a lot of clicks. All right, enjoy.